God of War has changed, but does that mean that Kratos is only half the god he used to be? Let's find out in our Busy Gamer review of God of War for the PS4. Welcome back to No Time Gamer. If you're new here, hit subscribe to get more reviews and content for busy gamers to make sure that your gaming sessions are time well spent. God of War games traditionally start off with a full-throttle action set piece that highlights the epic, visceral, and grandiose features of the game. But God of War 2018 starts off with a much more muted tone. There is an engaging boss fight early in the game, but it pales in comparison to the fights from God of War 1 through 3. This is clearly done to match the tonal shift in the story. Kratos' wife and mother to his son has died, and father and son must travel to a nearby mountain to scatter her remains. This sets a tone for the game that is somber, reflective, and even affects the feel and style of the combat. If you are new to the franchise, this muted tone might seem acceptable, but as a God of War fan and a busy gamer, it shook up what makes the God of War franchise fun: visceral combat and a power fantasy. The combat has the biggest changes in both style and gore. The Blades of Chaos are not Kratos' weapon of choice this time around. He instead wields a powerful Nordic axe that is understated yet somehow awesome. This weapon allows for unique mechanics that have Kratos mowing down enemies or nailing them in place across the arena. It's not quite the Blades of Chaos, but once you get used to the non-traditional controls, you'll enjoy Kratos' new tool of demolition. But that's not the only change to combat that has greatly affected how the game feels and plays. The camera follows over Kratos' shoulder. This fundamentally changes combat. The new viewpoint limits arenas to far fewer enemies at a time, and it can be tough to keep track of enemies since they can be off screen. What struck me most, though, was how much less powerful Kratos feels in this game. Kratos should feel, well, like a god. It seems like just a few enemies at a time could lead to a swift death. I was forced to dodge more and attack less, and I think this all comes from the new viewpoint. To keep the challenge up with fewer enemies, they needed to be more capable of handling Kratos. This doesn't seem to be a flaw in the game per se, as it is well-balanced combat, but it really dampens the power fantasy, at least in the early game. As the game progressed and upgrades unlocked, Kratos did become stronger and the combat more engaging. It just took a while to get there and expose the other change that dampens the experience for busy gamers. As Kratos travels the world, he meets people and collects items that help enhance his and Atreus' gear. Ruins, artifacts, and hack silver, the in-game currency, are used to upgrade equipment, and skill points are used to add new abilities. While the skill tree is fine, if unremarkable, it's the upgrade system that stands out for the wrong reasons. It's full of prompts and text to explain the complicated and various systems. I just wanted to stay focused on kicking butt and killing monsters, and not worry about reading menus and explanations for every little item found in the overworld. Again, it's another change that strips away the feeling of awesomeness and replaced it with menus full of exciting stat increases and eye-squinting text. Visually and story-wise, this is as impressive as any God of War game. The story is far more mature than the vengeful gore fest of the past, and it's a strong tale told with nuance and care. As a father of two sons, I felt a strong connection to this journey of a world-weary father trying to protect and care for his son. The graphics are top-notch with beautiful landscapes, towering structures, and creature design that the word epic fails to describe. And further into the game you go, the more the color palette opens to make a truly breathtaking game. For the parental rage deity attempting to guide their kids in a landscape of violent content, this is definitely a kids-in-bed game. While the gore may be a little more toned down than previous God of War entries, it's still plenty violent, bloody, and mature. This is a game aimed at adults, and I would recommend keeping to adults or near adult-aged kids. This means you'll have to wait for some alone time to enjoy this game. God of War has undergone some serious changes. It's far more mature than its predecessor, but it's also tweaked so many things that it managed to lose some of what made the franchise great. If this is your first go with the franchise, you'll probably see nothing wrong with this title. Its combat is well designed, its visuals are amazing, and the storytelling is impactful. But for seasoned God of War fans, the combat changes, the slower pace, the cumbersome equipment system, and the time it takes to get into the meat of the game might dampen the power fantasy too much. So for busy gamers, God of War 2018 is time somewhat well spent. Are you surprised by the changes in God of War? Let us know in the comments. Since you're here, why not check out this review to see what other game could be time well spent?